Trump is doing all this stuff because he knows that Democrats don't fight back. And I've been like, I'm exhausted, y'all. We're all tired. We're all in a state of shock. But what really makes me tired is the way that people are just accepting this. Like maybe it's because our parents were the ones that fought for civil rights and our generation didn't really have to fight for anything. Maybe that's what's happening. But here's the thing, they are counting on us not to fight. They're counting on us to just roll over and accept what they have stolen. And I say stolen because something still ain't right with those numbers. But the amount of people that are just like, oh, well, we tried. We have to find a way to get along. No, no. Why doesn't the thought of losing your democracy like stoke a fire in you? I don't understand. Like I'm not seeing enough people rallying the troops. I'm seeing, and maybe it's just my algorithm. Are we just going to roll over and just accept this? They do this because we don't fight back. When Trump was coming after President Obama, we did not have his back. We did not call out that man for those racist dog whistles. What did we do? We just kind of looked on in shock as he was elevated to the presidency, which then sent a message to his base, which his evil genius, he knew to stoke the fires of racism and that would take him to the White House. And we just roll over like I keep looking at my people and as a descendant of Africans who were enslaved, my ancestors did not survive the Middle Passage, slavery, and Jim Crow for me to just roll over and accept this man stealing an election and turning this democracy into a dictatorship. Like, we need to get our fight back, y'all. We need to get our fight back. We need to fight fire with fire. We need to match energy because I'm sick of all of this like kumbaya stuff. Let's get along. They don't deserve that. Okay. We are literally fighting for the future of our country. I don't even have kids, but I have nieces and I owe it to them to fight for their future. How can you just sit here and just accept the fact that our children, nieces, nephews, some of your grandchildren don't have the same type of future that we were looking forward to having? It's like, think of it like this. Republicans are bullies. Bullies. Okay? And the Democrats are the kids that keep getting picked on, but we're told to turn the other cheek. So what do? We keep turning the other cheek. And then the Republicans then flip it back on us the minute that we fight back and they say, oh my God, be more like Jesus. How could you be this? We need to meet their energy. Y'all, some of y'all wouldn't have lasted one day in the Montgomery bus boycotts. Some of y'all would have just been like, oh, well, we just gonna sit in the back for the rest of our lives. I need the rest of y'all that wouldn't accept that to make some noise. I need you to post videos. I need you to call your representatives, email your representatives, take to the streets. Like, what are we doing? We're acting like we're acting like there's nothing we can do. I'm going to be raising as much hell as I have the energy for. And I'm working like 4 different jobs. I don't have much energy, especially still dealing with endometriosis. But the thought of that dictator in office, y'all, it's like he's trolling us with all of these appointments. And y'all are just going to let that happen? Like, you're just going to roll over and be like, there's nothing we can do. He's trying to put a vaccine denier in office. Matthew Gates, or whatever his name is, who looks like he's had so much plastic surgery he could put the housewives to shame. That child molester, that rapist, I'm not seeing y'all get angry enough about this. What I'm seeing is shock and surprise. Why are you surprised? This man has told us from day one what he was going to do. We need to fight like our lives depend on this because they do. Our very way of life is at risk. And especially if you're a woman, no, I'm not going to just roll over and play dead. No, I'm not going to say, can't we all just get along to people who voted for Trump? Absolutely not. And when you are now messing up my way of life because of your racism and your sexism, I have a problem with that. And some of y'all need to have a bigger problem with that too. I understood shock when he was in office the first time. Okay? He's not doing anything different. He's being who he is. And we are acting like the kid who was bullied who doesn't know they can fight back. We need to have that moment where we stand up to the bully. And the bully right now is Trump. Don't start standing up to that man, if we don't start standing up to Republicans and meeting them with the same energy they're giving us, we're done for. Like, can we finally let go of this like moral high standing of, well, at least we're not going to act uncivilized like those Republicans do. We're not. If there was ever a time to act uncivilized, it's right now. Stop trying to just smooth it over. Stop saying like, well, we'll just have to get through the next 4 years. How do we know that we will even get through the next 4 years? Like, and the fact that some of y'all are so quick to just forgive and forget, oh, well, it's just an election. No, I'm not going down without a fight. My ancestors fought so that I could be here today. How dare I just accept what is given? How dare I just accept someone who is trying to take away my rights? It's a slap in the face to people who experience way worse than I ever have. I mean, like, we need to. I saw another creator say this, and I wish I remembered. There have been so many videos, and somebody said we need all the Black and Latino gangs to call a ceasefire just until inauguration to protect Black and Brown communities from whatever Proud Boys that are out there trying to threaten people. Because they're getting wild out here in these streets, right? They're getting cocky. Why? Because we keep just turning the other cheek. Even these Karens are getting bold. We cannot be the descendants of the same people who fought so hard and suffered so much. And even if your fight is limited to deciding not to do free labor, fantastic. We need to get our fight back. They're only doing this because we don't fight back. They're only doing this because this generation hasn't fought back in a meaningful way. The boomers who had a lot of fight in them, they're senior citizens. They're in their 70s and their 80s. Have we exhausted all options? That's all I'm saying. Have we exhausted all ways we can challenge this? Have we exhausted our ways of fighting back? Or are we just rolling over and accepting it? If we didn't roll over and accept it, they wouldn't be doing the shit they're doing. Every nomination is triggering. He's doing this shit on purpose. And y'all, I don't understand why y'all thought that he wasn't going to do the shit he said he was going to do. Why are you surprised by these nominations? When has that man ever been a man of character and dignity and intelligence? Why would you think that he wouldn't do some shit like this? Like, let's stop wringing our hands over all of these ridiculous nominations that he's putting forth. Stop it. It's not surprising. Nothing that man does is surprising. He's always had the most audacity. And we just keep accepting it, which is why he keeps doing it. Like, I